Okay, let's take a look at the overload construction for 3 different types of mechanical overloads. And so once again, the overload is this right here, and there's a heating element inside of here because there's line 1, line 2, and line 3 that are passing current through here. If the current is too much, it will heat up, and then based on the setting here, this one is 0.8 to 1.2. If we exceed that, and it'll heat up slowly over time, and that heat will cause something mechanically to happen to open up the contacts here. Okay, so the first one here is the melting alloy type. And so what this is a type of a ratchet right here. Okay, maybe you've seen this on a trailer where you ratchet something up, or like a come along to ratchet a tree or something like that. You ratchet it, and then there's a paw here that prevents it from going in the opposite direction. There's a catch there, okay? And so what you have here is you have a solid alloy in the middle here that's solidified this and prevents it from turning, and it works like it does, or turning the opposite direction because the paw catches it. Well, when this gets really hot, that's what this wire here is, this coil, what happens is it melts. And then when that melts, this can spin freely on the shaft right here, okay? And so what it does is it would be able to spin right on the shaft, or this would be able to spin right here, and it would cause some type of a contact to open or something like that, all right? At which point, when it cooled down, you could push the reset again, and then that would reset the paw and the ratchet here, and you would be ready to go on this again, okay? The next one would be an electromagnetic one. So the way that this works is there is a magnetism and a magnet and a piece of metal, and if you get a little bit too much current flowing through here, you get a little bit too much of a magnet, and so that magnet becomes too big. It will pull the piece of steel over, because that's what a magnet does, and it would then cause some type of contact to open or close right here, okay? And then the other one would be a bimetallic strip. And so what you would have is you actually have a strip here that's made out of 2 pieces of metal, and these items have different rates of thermal expansion. So the top piece and a bottom piece, that's what's showing here, top and a bottom. So the top piece expands at a greater rate when it gets hot than the lower item, because we know that when something gets hot, it expands. So in this case, if the top one, and this got hot due to the heater right here, the top one would expand more than the bottom one, and because it expanded more, it would actually force itself down because the top would be getting longer than the bottom one, and that would just push on a switch and cause the protection. Then it would cool down, it would straighten back up, you could push the reset, and it would be ready to go again. So those are some types of overload construction.